What's going on, guys? So as you'll see, I've got the Cummins 24 valve pulled into my garage alongside with the tractor. Actually, first time I've had both of them in here at the same time since I built the garage. Stoked that I have some room to work around each of them while they're both in here at the same time, so that's cool. Today we're going to be installing some headlights on the 24 valve Cummins. The current lights that I have in there are LED right now, but they were cheap Chinese lights off of eBay, and as you'll see, they're just not very bright, and one of them actually burned out. Now these have been in here, I think since I bought the truck, so maybe 3 years, but that's not very long considering an LED headlight should last much longer than that. So let me turn these headlights on, I'll show you what we're working with to start with, and then I'll show you what lights we're gonna install in replace of these. All right, so as you'll see, the right side light still works pretty good and it's still somewhat bright, but the left side over here, believe it or not, it is working, but it's just extremely dim. You can see there's a little bit of blue light in here. And if it was darker in here, you'd be able to see it, but it's just a very, very dim light and it's only in this corner. So I'm assuming that most of the LEDs in the bulb itself burned out and it's probably only working off of like 1 or 2 LEDs. So something happened to that light, not quite sure what, but we're gonna fix that problem today by installing some of these AuxBeam LED headlights. Now AuxBeam has been in business for the last 2 decades, so they have a lot of experience with LED bulbs. If you do a quick search on eBay, you'll find all kinds of different brands of LEDs made by various different companies, but the standards of the build quality and the warranty will not be as good as a company like AuxBeam. Over on the side of the package here, you can see the product code. Model number for these are a GX-9004. All Dodge 2nd gen trucks will take a 9004 headlight bulb. So that's nothing new there, but that is a product code if you're looking to buy some new bulbs and want to go with AuxBeam. I will be leaving a link in the video description. You'll be able to find these exact same headlights. Let's go ahead and crack open the lid on this box and see what they look like. All right, so as you'll see, these bulbs are packaged really, really nice. They got a foam insulator all the way around them and they're stuffed in here nice and tight so nothing is going to damage them during shipping. I believe they have little fans on them as well to keep them cool, and I believe they actually have a braided sleeve cabling as well. So let's pop them out and see what they look like. You can see behind it here, they tuck in nice and neatly all the wiring, as well as a little ballast box or resistor box that they got here. Okay, so this is what the headlight looks like. Got a fan on the back, and it's got a beautiful heat sink here. I really like the color combination they went with. Looks like a high quality product. Nice thick aluminum heat sink. Really good soft gasket here for the headlight bezel. And as you can see there, a really fat LED in here. Should produce quite a bit of light. Over here we've got our 9004 so that it'll fit our Dodge Ram. Got some nice sleeve cabling going all the way down. Really, really thick, and then we get to the ballast box. I believe that's what this is a ballast box. This will be basically changing the power output and making sure that these LEDs have sufficient power and the correct amount of voltage. So that is a complete package right there. Really nice LEDs overall. So let's go ahead and throw these things into the pickup here and we'll see how bright they are. And then I'm probably gonna wait till it gets dark outside so I can show you guys exactly how bright they are in real life. Get this hood popped open here. All right, guys, so now we've got some lights set up in here. Go ahead and disconnect these headlight bulbs. So these bulbs here, they've got a gray ring on them, which you could probably see that little gray ring there on the bottom right. That ring needs to get twisted, and then once that ring is twisted, you could twist the bulb, and then the bulb pops right through that ring. The ring stays connected to the headlight bezel itself. So let me get my hand stuck in there, I'll get it pulled out, and then we can go ahead and unplug it from the harness. And you got just enough room to get your arm in here and pull it on out of here, just like that there. So here's the old headlight. As you can see, it's much smaller. These fins here are really cheap aluminum. They don't even really sound like aluminum, to be honest with you. And overall, they just got really small LEDs on them, really small lights. They were never really super bright. You can see the fan here is also unprotected, so if something were to stick in this fan, it would be real easy for it to get jammed up and stop working. I'm actually surprised they lasted as long as they did. Here is a little ballast box these ones got. Also not nearly as large as the ballast box on a new one. So let's go ahead and get this unplugged and we'll compare it to the new ones. Okay, so on this connector here, you'll see there's just a blue tab that you gotta pry up just to pull the blue tab away, and it'll pop right out just like that. And this is what the end of the plug looks like. It's kind of C-shaped. All right, guys, so here's a good comparison of the old cheap LED lights that you can buy on eBay just from a random Chinese company, and here are the AuxBeam lights. So right off the gate, you can see a huge difference with the LED, just the positioning of the LEDs and the size of the LEDs. The heatsink comes all the way up. That's why it's so thick, comes all the way up to cool those LED chips, where on this one, it's like a split case, and you can see the LEDs themselves have no cooling other than this base on the bottom. That's why these burned out, is because these LEDs probably got too hot at one point and slowly burned themselves out. Where the AuxBeam ones, they're completely encased in aluminum so that they can't burn out. Comparing the ballast box, you can see that the AuxBeam one is not only aluminum, but it's much bigger than the plastic Chinese one here. And then lastly, if we compare the tops of the bulbs here, you'll see that the one on the AuxBeam is much fatter. That is because the AuxBeam bulb actually comes with an adapter, so it can work on different types of models of the Dodge truck. So you just spin that little clip there, you can actually get this to slide right off. And then from there, you can see now we've got the same exact bulb here. So it's kind of nice they use the same bulb for multiple different trucks. There's less of a hassle to try to find your LED light that'll fit your truck. So let's go ahead and stick this new bulb in there. We'll get the other side done, and we can see what these things look like. All right, we're gonna go ahead and plug this in now. It's really hard for you guys to see in there with my hands in the way, but I've got the harness plug held with my right hand here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slide the new one into it. You'll hear it click, and then you'll know the pigtail is connected. Once that's connected, we can go ahead and pop our new bulb in. Push the bulb through the gray ring, and then you're gonna wanna twist the bulb to lock it. After that's done, you'll twist the outer ring to lock that in, which is kind of like a secondary lock. All right, so now I've got the headlight bulb installed here. You can see right here that I'm pointing to, that is the gray little clip. It's like the secondary clip, a retainer that you have to twist. So first you'll insert the bulb through this retainer here, twist the bulb till it locks, and then you could twist the ring afterwards to lock that in place. Once the secondary ring is locked in place, you're all set. All right, so now you guys see me put that one in. I'm gonna go ahead and get this other one over here installed, and we can go and see what these things look like. All right, guys, so now we got the headlights installed. We can go ahead and see what they look like. Go ahead and turn them on, Matt. Oh yeah, them are nice and bright. Much brighter than the old ones. Now these are I believe they're a 5000K, which is a nice whitish light with a blue tint, which is always what I liked to have on my vehicles. I didn't like to go too white or too blue. These are kind of like a nice happy medium. So that's what they look like with the low beam. Go ahead and hit the high beam. And that's with the high beam on. Now switch back and forth between the high and low. I don't know if you guys are picking that up on camera, but man, the high beam, it's super bright. Yeah, that's super bright. So super happy about these. Definitely need a headlights. I've been driving around with one headlight for months and months now because I've just been waiting to do this video with you guys and waiting for my garage to be done so I can finally get my truck pulled in here to do the video. So now that them are installed, I do want to talk about some of the things that comes within the box. These specific headlights come with the manual, and they also come with the zip ties here, and they come with a nice little AuxBeam sticker. These zip ties are so that you can zip tie the ballast in there, but I felt I didn't have to use them because as you see here, way tucked up in the corner there, you can see the plug and the ballast tucks in nicely on this specific model truck. Same with the other side here. If you look way in there, you can see they tuck into that little cavity inside the fender well there, where they're not going to get damaged and the wires aren't going to bounce around. So if you can get them tucked in nice and tight, you should be okay. But if you got a different model vehicle or a different generation of the truck, you may want to use the included zip ties when you install these. But that's it as far as that goes. Now what I'm gonna do is I will wait till it gets dark outside, and I'm gonna pull a truck outside so we can see just how bright these headlights are in the dark, and then we'll close out this video. All right guys, so now it is at night. Let's turn the lights on here of the truck and we'll see how it is. You can see it's pitch black out. Oh yeah, them are definitely bright. Way better than my old lights, big time. That's the brightest lights I've ever had on this old Dodge. That's for sure. Like I said, these bezels aren't the greatest. And with these lights, you can't even tell that these bezels are bad or that they got bad reflectors in them. Definitely tell. It's very bright. Lights up the entire fence there. They look like they're on point. You can see where the hot spots are right here. So you can see they're nice and level. Very, very happy with them. So what I'm gonna do is I'll keep using these lights here and I'll let you guys know. I'll give you any updates if I have any issues with them. But so far they seem like they're gonna work really well. And as you can see, they're plenty bright. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.